What's up everyone, welcome back to the channel. So I already recorded this audio, but the freaking thing stopped working. So I have to re-record it. But basically, okay, the iPhone 1 or the iPhone Pro or whatever they would eventually call this phone, it's eventually going to be coming, believe it or not. And before I get too far in it, I want to say shout out to Vinny Giskin. He posted something on Instagram and I've seen a ton of types of renders of this specific phone. Pretty much, all screen on the front, no notch, no nothing. And when I saw that, I'm like, dude, I need to make another render of that because I saw his iPhone Slide Pro, but he didn't make it. I saw somebody else, I gave credit to him. He posted it. Somebody else made that render. And I was looking at that and that was the iPhone Slide Pro I dropped like last week. And with this specific phone, I can tell you it's probably going to happen at some point in some fashion of this form. I think Apple, is kind of hitting a brick wall, if you know what I mean. Like we've seen Samsung early on this year drop that hole punch display with their S10, which was awesome. Then we've seen OnePlus with their whole like pop-up camera and no bezel on the front, which is awesome. That had a little bit of bezel, but not that big. But Apple right now is definitely going to be releasing a phone with a notch. That's 100% for certain. They're going to be doing it this year, but when it comes to next year, they're definitely going to be doing that in 2020. But I think by 2021, they're definitely going to be switching up something. If they don't release anything next year, they're definitely going to have to be switching up, and they're probably going to end up removing that notch. And when they do that, they'll probably end up doing this type of concept of some sort. They'll probably switch to USB Type-C. If they don't, they'll keep Lightning, which is fine, for me at least. And it would be kind of like an iPad Pro or like the older iPhone 5 body, but just, stretched out and bigger and with the, bezel-less display on the front. And I think this is the best way to go about it. I think this is super, super smart if Apple were to go do it. And they definitely are going to be doing it. They're doing it at some point. They can't be this far behind the competition of them already removing so much bezel. They're removing so much, the phones like the Samsung Galaxy S10, which I still own. I'm like, dude, this phone is killer. This phone feels and looks like such a futuristic phone. Even now, it's almost a year, like in a couple months, but I still look at my like iPhone 10, even my 11 Pro, and I'm like, dude, like this phone, it's the same old. Like they could be removing that notch if they really wanted to, but they're trying to do it on purpose. So in my opinion, I think Apple will have to eventually switch to some point like this. And the cameras, the front camera, the Face ID, I've seen a lot of people say, how are you going to unlock your phone? There's no camera. The camera, in my opinion, could be embedded under the display. We've seen this type of technology way before. I think Asus or whoever, they built a phone like this. We already have inbuilt fingerprint sensors in the screen, so Apple could easily implement this as well if they don't want to go the Face ID route, which I think they're still going to keep. But they could go put that Touch ID in the sensor in the screen, which is going to be awesome. On the back, I rendered it with one camera, but it's going to have multiple cameras probably, unless they put all those sensors into one specific camera lens and then they just have a really big sensor on the back, which I was thinking they could do eventually, but I don't think they're going to do it right now. But if you kind of look even around, it's going to be a thicker phone, I think, than what I'm rendering. It's probably going to be like 3200, 3300 milliamp hours probably in the future. I'm talking 2021 when this phone is going to be coming out. It's not going to be coming out this year. It's not going to be coming out next year probably. But Apple will have to start doing something. And I think around the time they release this phone, they'll have to release like their iPhone Slide or their iPhone Fold. They're probably going to go for the folding route in my opinion. We've seen the Galaxy Fold. We've seen the Motorola Flip, Razr, whatever. We're going to need some type of an innovation from Apple that's beyond the camera, that's beyond battery life, that's beyond whatever. And I think by them going somewhere around this route, they'll definitely be beating the competition in my opinion. So that pretty much covers that. Just a quick little thing I wanted to hit on. If you guys have any questions or have ways to improve the renders or whatever, let me know in the comment section below. Hit that like button, that would mean so much, but definitely hit that subscribe button. Every single subscriber that we get really does count, so it means so much if you guys could hit that. Also check out the other links down in the description as well. My Twitter, my Instagram, my second channel. All those links are linked down below. I'd really appreciate it if you guys could check it out. But more importantly than everything else, I love every single one of you guys. Hopefully I'll catch you guys in the next video. Peace out, fun.